Beer fucked up.
This is INMF.
That shit's so hot damn dope. That theme song, man, by Peebo Drip and the Fabulous Dripettes or the Teardrops. You know?
Peebo Drip and the friend of Pipe Bomb. Yes, indeed.
Cap, how you doing?
Oh man, you know it's Tuesday, man. We ain't doing nothing but serving. What's the word your way, man?
I can't call it, man. Just staying low and out the way, man. You know?
Yeah, that's usually the best way to keep it, man. It is something which I've been going through. I decided to make a decision. I decided to stop the drinking, man.
Oh, you finna give up that bottle.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna give it up, but it's kind of like a Donnell Jones song at this point, man. I just want to find what life is like without you. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the one that was like, she's trying her hard to leave me knocking? That one? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
make
because I get Donnell Jones and Case confused.
Oh wow, Case had happily ever after.
Couldn't we be happily? That one.
Correct.
Which one was on the Nutty Professor shot? Which one had no, it was the Low Down Dirt. Shit, I can't think of it. Never mind. What?
Yeah, I was told so far for out of 20 days, I've only drunk 3.
Oh, congratulations!
And that was
Congratulations!
Yeah, I drunk Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Out of 20 days, you done 3 of them. That's a strong 15%. Yeah, 15%. Yeah. Yo.
15% is 20%.
You know, it's that freshman dropout math.
Actually, you're right. My fault. I say 3 out of 15
Oh,
days.
that dope boy math coming through the clutch. Let me tell you. If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. Look. Let me tell you.
I was wrong. You was
Because
right.
this is what I did. It's the 20 to the 10, and the 10 would be 30, so the 20 would be the 15, because it's half, and the half, and the quarter, and the quarter, and the half, and the whole thing.
Right. You're right. You're right. I did the 3 to the 15, so you know. My fault. I don't know what the fuck I got.
In any rate, man, congratulations, man.
Yeah, I might just do once a week. I might just drink on Saturday night when I do when I watch the fights and all that other good stuff.
Would you consider yourself addicted to alcohol?
I was alcoholic.
Okay. Of course, the people don't know. I'm 2 years no nicotine. Like I quit smoking, but I've been smoking since I was like 15, 14, and yeah. One thing beating an addiction shows you is how powerful addiction is. Like, I used to make fun of the crackheads, right? like I used to make fun of.
Never should have tried crack, bitch.
Shut the fuck up. Like, I used to make fun of crackheads, dog. But I would do that same shit. Like, crackheads, I'd be like, man, when you gonna get off this crack? I'm trying to get clean. I'm gonna get clean, and I'm gonna get my kids back, and I'm gonna go to college. I'm like, yeah, right. But then, let me tell you how fucked it is. Then I turn around and go to my doctor. My doctor be like, so when you gonna quit cigarettes? Man, I'm gonna go get help, but first I'm gonna try this herbal medicine first. I'm gonna try read some books, self empowerment. And the doctor was like, yeah, because you have at the core of your bullshit is good intentions. You really think that you can beat this, but it's an addiction for a reason. And 90% of the people need help fighting that shit. So if you can beat an addiction on your own, you're already strong. For every day that you fighting that addiction on your own, I applaud that shit. Because that shit is a fucking fight.
Oh, nigga, I used to be and from 16 to 22, I was a reefer head. Like I couldn't go to sleep without smoking reefer.
Hot damn junkie.
I smoked every night. I was yeah. 16, I was smoking nicotine and tobacco, cigarettes, Black and Miles and shit from 16 to about 33, 34. Over the course of the last 5 years, I've been able to beat that. Um, Gambling, I was a gambleaholic too. I had a big gambling problem. Over the course of the last 6
I
years,
laugh at the shit because I love you. But yeah, you like one of them niggas bet the house. Niggas be like shit, nigga.
It's only you knew. I went on a gambling binge for 3 days straight.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I was up like $16,000 and gave it all back and ended up losing $2,000.
Make him want to rob somebody in that parking lot.
Nigga, I went to the motherfucking car. I found that credit card that had that cash in. That beat meals came on in my head. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Ran back in that bitch, nigga. Let's ride. Cash it, man. Nigga, oh man, I lost everything, man. It was a paradigm shift in my life. Actually, I had a job at the time. I was selling insurance face to face. By that binge, that I had ended up losing my car. I had just bought a new car, lost that bitch. Yeah. But the odd thing is, the good Lord decided to provide for me and got me on the path to a new job. I got a new job that doubled my income, and I gambled all that away too. So I mean, great for a hell of a story on the look back.
And that's what we are with our lives, man. My circle consists of ex-niggas, ex-drug dealers, ex-street brawlers, ex-dope boys, ex-gangsters, ex-hustlers, pimps, and what we walk away from, these lives that we walked away from, we walk away with stories. If anything, it makes for a hell of a tale. You know what I'm saying? We just sit around and just trade war stories, just talk about how shit it was, and subconsciously that's knowledge that we're passing. These are experiences, because I can tell you how to do something all day until you experience it. That shit don't even matter. But once you experience, that shit is golden.
Bible says that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we have our testimonies to our shortcomings and our successes, things in which hindered us from success, and things in which caused the shortcomings. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know I was an alcoholic from 23 up until 40. I was an alcoholic.
That shit like, seemed normal. You said I wasn't an alcoholic. Shit, I just drank. Nah, nigga, full blown alcoholic, my nigga.
I used to cut the AC on in my car. That shit smelled like
God damn. Do you know how much drinking vodka don't even leave a sit? Do you know how much drinking you got to leave? I had to be doing.
Well, let me tell you the most fucked up part about that, right? The most fucked up part about cutting on my AC and it smelling like vodka, I drove a fucking
God damn. That shit was in the seats.
Actually what it is, I was a party on wheels, Jack. So you know what I'm saying? I have some reefer in the trunk, and I have a bottle
so you around this bitch like hot damn Rick James. Just do it.
Keep in mind, I was living in Florida, so if it's 100 degrees outside, that means it's 140 in the trunk. So literally, I got vodka just exploding every other day. You know what I'm saying? Like literally in my wheel well, it wasn't water, it was vodka in the back
Yeah,
of that bitch.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty much my get down, man. I didn't realize it until I looked back and I was like, damn. They were like, you remember when this happened? I'm like, yeah, I was drunk. Okay. Well, you remember? That's why we had broke up. Damn, I was drunk. Yeah, that man. Remember when you had the monkey foot them niggas?
Yeah, you
Damn, I was
said monkey
drunk. Like
foot.
nigga, like every story was a nigga being drunk. So I was like, damn.
Mm.
I look back on it. I was like, damn, I literally was drinking every other day.
I think about like every now and then when niggas get to talking shit, niggas drunk and shit, niggas high, niggas getting their feelings. The time machine question comes up. Like if you could go back in time, what would you do? Or what would you wouldn't do? There's parts of me that might go back and change something, but there's a huge part of me. I just want to watch this movie. Like I just want to. Like let's say you watch your life when you die and you go in front of the Lord or the Maker or whoever, and He plays your life back. I'm liable to cop a squat and start eating popcorn because it won't. This is a life, man. This is a life of the live. Man, I'm like that. I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. When it start getting good, I want to tell God, let's watch this part here. This nigga here, he about to turn the fuck up, Jack. Like I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like, but this gonna get exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like, the odd thing is, I was looking. It's about 200 billion galaxies in there in the world. So it's like there's a chance in which we're in the multiverse, and we may not be the main multiverse. We could be the wild side of a better version of yourself,
Ooh,
and we experience this world to experience gluttony, the seven deadly sins.
nigga, I was with you. I was with you to the word gluttony, and you there you go with that collegiate, that collegiate deep thought again. Nigga, I was like, hell yeah, nigga, like the one in gluttony. I was like, well,
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think about what is it that you experience more than anything? You experience sin more than
these days or like in totality.
I'm talking about in
In
hindsight. As you
hindsight,
look
but
back
I
on
was
your
a
life,
sinful nigga. I'm gonna expect.
uh, come on with
I mean,
it.
if we
Come
keep
on
it in
with it.
count, but I mean, you know what? I'll even argue that. I'll say that from the ages of 13, 13, 35, so 23 years, 22 years, versus from birth to 12 was just joy and learning. Like I was. Does hunching count? Ah, fuck. So from 12 to
Yeah.
9. to,
Discovered that dick. What you saying? Huh? That's what you said. You discovered that dick.
it was like, hey, listen. What women don't know, it normally ain't us. It's normally a fast girl that turn us on, man. That put us on, man. And it was one, man. Like, hey, why don't you just rub up against me? Like, okay. And you start doing, you be like, oh, oh. Never pick up a Nintendo controller again? How that you know what?
Shit. I forget. I was and we're bumping ugly. Like literally standing up trying to put it in. Like thank you. Like yeah, that was it. But I think that it's hard. It's hard to speculate on what life
Yeah.
about, right? Like you look at all those things that you've been through, and you be like, God got me past that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like who's it a testimony for? Who can I tell this story to prevent them to give them warning before the destruction comes? Right?
That's an honorable way to look at it. I just look at my
Yeah.
stories for entertainment values, but to look at your life as a textbook for teaching, you know, that's honorable.
Well, I mean, you got to, right? Like, I mean, what else? What else is it there
Shit,
for?
for a laugh. Sometimes people just need to. Sometimes nothing aids somebody better than a good laugh, and if the laugh comes at the expense of me telling the time that I rock with some deaf chick, then so be it. Because at the end of the day, it's the experience, and me telling that experience is what I live for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I nigga like that too. A chick that couldn't talk. I got.
This is
But
old
anyway,
me. This is listen. I pay my taxes, take care of my kids.
you're a responsible adult. You're an American.
There was a point where I was a hot damn pirate, man.
Looking for booty, 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 booty,
That
booty.
nigga said, I'm here for all the booty. And I'll be taking the cash as well. I'm like a pirate, baby. Oh, Lord. So,
Yeah, I delved into the deep, man. I was a very low nigga at one point in my life.
I think that make for the best stories. Kind of like your best artists are the ones that's tortured. The best storytellers are the ones that live the dirtiest
Oh
life.
man, that's what he said in the Five Heartbeats, man. A duck will never be a great writer until he experiences more pain.
Oh, and as odd as it seems, the older you get, the more that shit like that rings true. Those parables, those phrases, because you look at the torment, the torture that artists like Prince or Michael Jackson went throughout their entire life. Michael Jackson struggling for acceptance, for self acceptance, and to love itself, and to be a fucking brilliant artist. Michael Jackson's along the lines of my Mozart, fucking Beethoven, Bach. You feel me?
Say that. But you know the thing about it is, you know, the Bible was wrote in books. I mean, what if your story is a book that'll be in the
Oh,
Bible
that's
in
crazy.
the future? I mean, think
That's
about
crazy.
it. I mean, how many times did you see that it was no end of the light and God got you
Yeah,
through?
and the Bible is full of sinners turned saints.
Yeah, Paul being the one of them, right? Paul was a murderer, gambler, whore, killer. You
Paul was a
know.
wild boy. Like, I want to hear one of them old niggas talking about Paul. Hey, man, nigga, Paul was a wild boy. That nigga Paul,
Yeah,
man, nigga tripping, man.
but he turned himself
Yeah,
around, right? Like David, right? David is
yeah.
a perfect example of self.
Yeah, nigga
Right?
David,
David
man.
got
I seen a nigga like, man, the nigga say he can whoop your ass. David was like, fuck that nigga. Shit.
yeah. Man, God with me, nigga. I got God with me. Fuck you, mean. Motherfucker.
David get
I
to
ain't
talking that shit like Charles the White shit.
Man, look, man. I knew the nigga was a bitch. He wasn't gonna do something. We pulled up in front of them Philistines, nigga. We pulled them niggas ain't doing nothing. I hopped out on that motherfucker, whipped that goddamn slingshot, nigga. Pow! Right in his mother, right between his motherfucking eyes, man. What the fuck you ain't got on me, man? And I told on the nigga I went to God and repented for the shit. Man. But yeah, but overcoming things, man, you just never know, you know, the significance of it. You know, and then, you know, in relation to other people, when people are going through things in life, you know, you're able to, hey, I went through that. Like, nigga, quitting cigarettes, nigga. The hardest part, that first week of quitting cigarettes, nigga, that was torture.
Nigga, do you know how many times a nigga do this shit? Heard this? Oh, yeah. Or get in the car and let the window down, like, oh yeah, I got this. Just all the habitual shit. Nigga take a shit
Yeah.
and go out to the garage and just stand there, like, oh yeah. Well, I gotta do this.
But here go the thing, right? Those are rituals, right? You would have a smoke ritual, right? You take a shit, you gotta
Yeah.
light up, right? You know what I'm saying? You wake up before you brush your, sip your cup of water. What you gotta do? Gotta hit one
Nigga,
of
I
them
be out in the
squares.
morning, nigga, thinking about YouTube, hot damn, uh, YouTube ideas, thinking about how I'm gonna go write this next book, thinking about this character I'm gonna work on, nigga. How do I kill this nigga on Call of Duty? Why did this nigga get to drop on me so often?
Mm-hmm.
When I get to work in the morning, I gotta check the city on this bullshit and gotta check the bricks and hot damn, man, I gotta pay these down. Daycare, just you played out your whole day.
When you start drinking, gotta smoke when you drink, right?
Next thing you know, nigga go to work loaded.
Loaded. Nigga, motherfucking, get in the car on the way to work. Got to fire one up on the way to work, right?
Kids smell. Kid, this is my testimony. Kids smell like squares. I'm taking them to school. Everybody else smell. Your kids smell like squares.
Say, that nigga ain't shit.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I used to.
Yeah.
I used to smoke square and get in the bed with my wife like I wasn't smoking, and then wonder, would she be like, "You stink"? I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like I wash my hands and I brush my teeth. I was like, I don't know how you smell me. Like it ain't on my hands, it ain't on my breath these days. And nigga can smoke a square 20 minutes ago and walk past me. I'm like, that nigga.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other part about smoking cigarettes, it was the inconvenience of it
What
all,
is you
right?
talking?
Like,
Standing out in the rain, in the snow, walking in the rain, in the snow for your habit.
oh, on a date, you have a drink while you on a date, man. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna step outside. I'll be
If you
right
was
back.
if you with a chick that didn't smoke, you ain't seen shit till you sit outside smoking square and look inside and see her at the table. Shit, she pick up
Been
that
there.
phone. Oh, she's talking to another nigga. She's talking to another nigga.
Been there. Been
Nigga.
there.
If she
Been
smoke,
there.
you winning. But if she don't smoke, nah, you probably ain't no call back up.
Yeah, you go over her house. Excuse me, let me step outside for a second.
Mm-hmm.
When you should be knee deep in the motherfucking
Mm-hmm.
scripts, but you need
You be amazed.
because it is
You be
good.
amazed.
You know what
I'm
I'm
with
saying?
an intelligent woman having an enthralled conversation, and she's telling me about fucking African heritage and her studies in fucking nuclear science and how she used to be in drama in high school. And the only thing I'm thinking about was, I sure do wish she fall asleep so I can go smoke this square.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to be rude, but I really want to go smoke this square right now.
Yeah, I'm talking nigga right before you about to get some pussy, man. Don't fuck the whole vibe up. Come in, hands smelling like coochie. Can't touch no pussy
Mm-mm.
now.
No, them square
You
heads, you
know.
can't.
Nope. So you got to go wash your
They
hands.
said that breeds the yeast infection.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, those are just examples of the shit. But enough about addiction, man. What we got on the docket, man? What's happening with
So,
the world?
I'm gonna jump right in. So I heard Tory Lane's in trouble again. So when the shit popped out about Tory Lanez, a while back, and motherfucker was like, I don't believe that nigga could have did that shit. The shit with Megan Thee Stallion. I was like, that nigga's guilty. Motherfuckers calling me a hater. Like, nigga, real.
Whatever they say he did that.
Niggas like, real, shut the fuck up. Quit hate. You wasn't there. Why would a nigga shoot a woman in the motherfucking truck? Shut the fuck up. Hating ass nigga. I was like, man, look. That nigga tripping. This nigga 4'11" from Canada. The softest of the soft. God damn it.
Hey.
It ain't. If North America was a woman, Canada would probably be the clear little vagina of North America. And I'm normally not that type of nigga to be like, y'all niggas soft. But them niggas up north, to the north of us, them niggas flims, them niggas flims you jack.
squish it. They squish you. They squish you,
You
baby.
squishy, man. So for you to take that, right, and then you add that in with hot damn shout, man, 5'6", 5'7" on a good day, 5'8" with my Timberlands slash lugs slash work boots on. So strong 5'6", weak 5'8". If you anything below 5'4", you shout, man. That's that Napoleon shit, right? So you take this nigga 4'11" from Canada. This nigga's rocking around this bitch like Yo 70 Sam. I believe every word of that shit. Anywho,
Yeah, I want to see the bitch dance.
anywho, so Cuz had got into it with old with August, who I think August from H Town, but he just as motherfucking sensitive. This was the nigga who had the play of the decade. How many niggas grew up lusting over Jada Pinkett? Lusting. This nigga had her, and what he do? Get the kiss and the telly, nigga.
Mm.
It's so much wrong with this whole story. I hate both of these niggas. But so
I think you selling Jada short, but
oh man, listen. All right, so I'll go so far as to say she's a hot damn supervillain. I call a supervillain what they is. I say Jada's a supervillain. But before we knew how villains she was, low down dirty shame Jada, Jason Lyric Jada.
I never wanted. I put on the radio. Yeah, when they were rolling in that grass. Thought you seen that little nipple?
Man, say, look. you
set it off straight when Nate was tearing that ass up.
If your hormones was peaking in the 90s, there was a certain class of women that you were attracted to, and Jada was part of that class.
Oh, Jada, Vivica Fox.
That's what I'm saying. Use that.
Yeah. When she was Tootie on or whatever that Family Time.
The facts of life. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both. There you have.
And then you have facts of life. Yes, indeed, nigga. Tootie had them big old tits.
You embrace it. Hey, what you do?
Yeah. Tits.
So.
Had a young nigga in his pride back then. That was H-Town, say right. That was had my pride.
That was back in the days when we didn't respect Regina Hall for the woman that she grew to be. Cause Regina Hall super duper fine now, but back then 227 Regina Hall was kind of regular. Regina King.
Regina King, like, okay, the story of Regina King.
Hall? Oh, okay, scary movie.
Regina King. And Poetic Justice, when she was in the back of that truck on that deck, and that ass was out there. That was about my only attraction. Regina King.
Regina didn't do it for me till I started seeing the old. Now you start seeing the behind the scenes, but like when she do her interview, like because she was like she do like the interviews where she's playing Riley and Willie or Cuz on Boondocks, but during the awards ceremony she dress up. And when she dress up, I said she clean up good. She clean. Hey man, Regina King, fine. Regina Hall.
Yeah, she's pretty. You know what I'm saying? Just
I can dig.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was on that Saved by the Bell, that Lisa Tuttle. You know what I'm saying? On that Family Matters, that Myra.
Well, I'm trying to Saved by the Bell got the popping. That's when I started getting taken. Like Lisa was cool. I sure did love that old Kelly Kapowski.
Oh man, I knew you liked playing that snow, boy. I fantasized about that snow. You know what I'm saying? But Lisa was the one for me. Lisa was pretty. She was hot.
She was rich.
She had, yeah.
And green.
Yeah. But on Family Matters, Myra was
Myra was straight.
Yeah, Myra was thick, boy. Myra was thick, boy. God bless the dead. Myra was thick. You can keep that Laura Winslow.
Yeah,
Give me
Laura
that
was
fire.
playing. Respectfully playing, but she was playing. Steve was winning. Steve
Why?
was low key winning.
Yeah. He was. He ain't want the best
Yeah.
though.
That's why he was winning. He was pimping. Like he had a gold mine there and was treating her like she was cold. You know what
Yeah, he was. He was shitting on Myra. He was shitting on Myra. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I like, how dare you do my baby like that? And that Freddie off a different world. Well, hey, mm-mm. Freddie. Freddie was fine as a motherfucker.
saying? As a motherfucker. As a
Huh?
motherfucker.
Yeah, that Freddie did it for me, bro. That Freddie did it for me. I used to like that little wild ass kind of look. Mmm. Mmm. You used to have old young Doe out there bad, boy, for real lusting over that Freddie. And and now that I think about it, I've always been that's kind of been my type of
Light
my
skin,
life.
wild hair.
Just beautiful. Like thick. I ain't never really I dated one slim girl. Like that. She was
Yeah.
hella well. She was selling pussy too, now that I think about it. She was fine as a
Yeah.
motherfucker. Yeah, fine as a motherfucker. Like gorgeous fine.
I
But yeah.
I think I was just generally girl crazy. I mean, cause the woman I lost my virginity to was slim. She was an athlete. Like she was at Paris Junior College on a basketball scholarship. But the young lady I dated after her was a big girl, and I dated thick, skinny, thick, skinny, big, skinny, thick. You know what I'm saying? Like you just started being red. Like the for AB start select AB up down left right. Like, it just I just started marrying, man.
Yeah, I was out there.
What
But
what was
it was always dime pieces, man. Like I lost my virginity three girls in the order. But
didn't
after that,
nobody have that shit as play as you, nigga?
bro, I don't. Truthfully, in hindsight, I was molested and taken advantage of, but it was fun. If you was gonna do it, that was the way to do it. Shit, for real. Nigga, I tell my therapist that shit. She be like, "Oh my
How your
god,
therapist look?
still do it like that?"
Mm.
Oh,
Uh, but so we was talking before we started talking about
yeah,
before we started
my
talking about
fault.
women the Christmas past.
Yeah, our favorite subject, right?
Nigga just old nigga just be like, yeah, nigga. I remember one time a nigga just starts staring off into space. I remember. You remember?
Yeah. Well, I mean, nigga, that's my get down, man. If I'm around a bunch of niggas I don't know or don't like, nigga,
Yeah.
where is
Yeah.
the bitch? For real, put
Yeah.
me around the bitch, man. Get the fuck out, nigga. You know, around my partners, now I can kick, but some niggas I don't like her. I'm at the bar, nigga.
Yeah.
Where is the
I
bitch?
know.
Yeah,
But so
yeah.
you got August, soft light skinned nigga from Houston that told on that had a trap booming and told on itself. And then you had Tory Lane.
And justice to August. Just because I'm getting that finance, if I ain't getting no finance, that means I got to get on with it.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not finna let you do this. I'm not finna let you inflict your character upon this nigga. You a little bit more player than that nigga, right? So that's how you look at it. That nigga, I knows them type of niggas. That niggas was in love. He was hurt. He was lashing out.
Oh, so you saying he the type of dude
That
with
nigga
all
sit down
for the
and
bitch?
pee. You feel me?
I don't know, man. I got to be real with you, dog. My assumption is August done got a lot of
He
pussy.
cry afterwards.
A
He might have got a lot of pussy, but
But I
he
mean,
cry
like
when he
I
nut.
said, dog, if her finance don't equate to some finance, we gonna have a motherfucking problem. So Will, hold on. So Will just got 30 million for a movie, and how much you? Well, what you breaking me off with? Oh, August, here goes some
That's
pussy.
you. That's you. That's you. If
No,
you was controlling it. See what you trying to do? You trying to Sam Beckett your life into this nigga. You trying to quantum leap your life to this nigga. The fact of the matter is that nigga was hugging.
did you just stand back at a real nigga dog? Did you just do that? Like, is that what just
Yeah,
happened?
yeah, nigga, I did it. Yeah, nigga. I've been waiting on the opportunity to do it. And I
Oh,
see
okay.
that. I seen it. I took it. I did it. Nigga, yeah,
Okay.
that's what you trying.
I see.
That's
I
what you
see
trying.
you
Yeah,
add that one
yeah,
in the talk. Now, okay,
nigga.
okay, okay. We can
Yeah,
rock.
yeah.
We can
Cause
rock.
if that was you, that's how you would have did it. That nigga was just happy to be down. What say 17 like Brandy, she just want to be down? What that nigga say? What that nigga say?
Mm.
That nigga was crying and kissing and moaning and shit. He wasn't thinking about that bread. Wasn't thinking about it. So
Mm.
because
Yeah, you right.
I'd extend that nigga the benefit of pimping if he would have handled this situation accordingly. But this is what this nigga does. So the little nigga punched this nigga in the motherfucking face. This nigga here has somebody else, because keep in mind the way the nigga posted the picture, he didn't take the picture of himself. This nigga leaned up against the wall and shit, blood dripping all down his hot damn face. Somebody else took the picture of this nigga and posted it to this nigga Instagram. These niggas then got into an altercation because at one point, make sure I got this shit right. I'm gonna call that nigga the baby. What's this little? Tory Lanez said, "What's up" to that nigga, and August was like, "Keep that same energy." The energy he was talking about was the energy where Tory Lanez was talking shit about him during the whole Jada Pinkett scandal, right? He was like, "You was speaking on my business. You put my business out on the street." Nigga, keep that same energy, nigga. Now I ain't shaking your hand. Because that's what this is about. This is about a handshake, right? So, the nigga Tory Lanez said, "Yap him," and then ran behind the security and shit. And nigga, I was like, "Oh, you gonna hit me and run behind your security? Well, fuck it." And he didn't do nothing else. I know he didn't run up on security because all he had was a busted lip. You run up on security, they go dot your eye for you. So he didn't get dotted up. Go ahead.
Yeah. So wasn't no
No,
hairstylist on the
none
set.
of that. None of that.
Oh, no, would have turned into a hairstylist.
You
And
fucking
dinkum,
stupid.
dinkum,
Nigga
dinkum.
start hitting that nigga. I hit that nigga with that motherfucking Mario. Blick, blick, blick. That nigga with that Mario.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
What is
Sound
that
like I
nigga?
got
That
pussy in
that
my
flower
hand.
power nigga. Blick, 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 blick.
Hell yeah. Yeah, don't got a license in that shit, man. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
But
Adjusted
that goes
fucking
back
head.
to my point. Like, so this is what happens when women fight. I'm calling it. This is what happens when women fight. You had the shorter woman punch the nigga in the face and then run behind his motherfucking people, and then you had the taller woman be like, "Oh, let me take it to social media and show niggas how you did me." First off, if you sucker punch me, I'm not finna go to social media and have some dramatized photo of my motherfucking self explaining to the world how the fuck you did me, trying to gain some motherfucking sympathy points. What I'm finna do is figure out a way to get my hands on La Pistola and probably.
You bang the building around.
I'm just saying, look, man. I'm just saying, I don't think I would have handled it that way.
I think for niggas steal you, it's a lack of respect.
It is, but let me ask you a question. So if a nigga haul off and just steal you, is your first inclination to be like, you know what? Let me post this injustice to my social media feed.
I'm looking.
You see how it was a little bit hard for you to process that shit.
No, don't turn it into.
What you say? Everybody get their wig split around this motherfucker.
Listen, dog. I'm finna praise your shit straight to the back.
Nigga can walk out this bitch looking like that. Nigga can walk out this bitch looking like that James Brown mugshot.
No, that's how nigga be getting up off the ground. Nigga go from.
Yeah.
For real, nigga. Yeah, bitch. Yeah. You got to knock me out. You know what I'm saying? That's the price but that's the cost of stealing a motherfucking not knocking them out.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Can't steal a bitch and
it's
hit her
hard
with
to
no
steal a
powder
nigga
puff,
when
man.
you nigga 4'11", nigga got tiny fists.
So he jumped up like Lil Mac and
I never made that correlation.
on Mike
What
Tyson
two things?
punch out.
One, never made that correlation. Two, that's exactly how it happened. Blur, blur, blur. Oh my god.
Mm.
I need a nigga to find that video and put that sound effect in. Internet gods, if you're listening,
Here we
please.
Tory Lanez and Little Mac. All this I've seen is glass jaw, huh?
Yeah, shit. You just had to go.
The star punch started to fight. Yeah, to the no. Yeah, that's
But
crazy as a motherfucker.
with that being said, the bigger story, the thing that really kind of attracted my attention was you go back to this, like this nigga's on trial, like, well, not on trial, he's awaiting trial for for domestic violence, because one of the hot button issues in this nigga's life is whenever him and Megan Thee Stallion got into it, and like the black community is kind of split on this shit three ways, thrice. You either have motherfuckers that's Team Tory, like, hey man, it wasn't him, it was the ex-homegirl, and they trying to cover up, yeah. It wasn't him, it was the Klan. It's these hidden conspiracies and shit. It was Trump and his boys or whatever. You got Team Megan that's like, why would she shoot herself? She didn't shoot herself. She did get shot. I don't know why you niggas lying. It's the media. It's the police trying to come down on a black woman, doing a black woman any kind of way after she's supporting a black man. And then you got motherfuckers that's like, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, in a situation like that, man, once a person make themselves out to be a liar, as Meg Thee Stallion did with a contract, and tried to galvanize women and support black women, and these black men are trying to take advantage of me. Once she made that, blew that dog whistle and tried to galvanize on the record contract side of the game, to me, she became a liar. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't lie and then expect to be believed. You know, again, maybe that might be the theme of the night. That's like the boy who cried wolf, right? You know what I'm saying? You keep crying wolf, I keep coming over here to support and save your ass, and then, you know, when the real wolf come, when that Euroclodon come, I ain't come to save you. I ain't coming to cheer. I ain't coming to clap, bitch.
And so that kind of puts us back right at square one, because just like you used the parable that you know the boy who cried wolf, my counter would easily be, where there's smoke there's fire. We try to put Tory on this pedestal of he wouldn't do this, he wouldn't do that, not acknowledge. Well, no. I say we, not you, yourself. We as in niggas.
Okay.
We were saying that he wouldn't do nothing like that. He wouldn't jeopardize his career. He wouldn't yada yada. Clearly, this nigga is willing to jeopardize his career. Now, maybe motherfucker don't look at it like assault in August. I've seen his career jeopardized. It's certainly not to the extent of hitting a woman, as you punching some light skinned nigga from Houston. But I think that if the angle was he's not violent, that's clearly been disproven.
That's why I say when two people argue, right, and they're both made out to be a liar, therefore the argument then becomes null and void, right? Well, my interest in any of the parties becomes.
You think ultimately this trial will end up in the motherfucking stalemate where it just gets so convoluted with falsities and half truths, where motherfuckers like, man, we don't know which one of you niggas is lying. We don't know which one of y'all tell the truth.
Well, the The problem is that we'll have to
Yeah.
rely on what we know. What we do know is that her and her friend, her homegirl Kelsey, uh, she both, her and Tori seem to be almost in agreement with the
Yeah.
story against Meg. So I mean, if it's three people and two people agree, the odd person
Mm-mm.
out, the liar, right?
I
Or the
agree with your
odd
logic.
person
Your
out.
logic is sound, but I know situation. It's not 100. It's not 100% foolproof. It could be niggas got their story together. You think that's fair?
Yeah,
I,
I think it's fucked up. That's why I no longer have
ooh,
interest in the
maybe
shit.
that's what I should take.
Once,
Cause the more I think about it, the more fucked up and convoluted it does get. Maybe I should step away from it.
dude, that's my
Yeah.
philosophy in life. If you put me in the middle between a he say she say spat,
Ooh.
fuck the both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just
Yeah.
my philosophy on that. If one of y'all was willing to tell the truth, the truth should have been told first.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Lead with that next time, then we could get somewhere. But once a motherfucker been proven to lie to me or be deceitful to me, man,
mm,
fuck you. I can't. I'm too old to be trying to navigate
mm,
through that territory, dog. Like I deal in facts and absolutes, man. I ain't got time to
mm.
guess on shit.
Okay. Huh. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that and digest it. Maybe I am dedicating too much energy to this shit because, like I said, I'm partial. She from Texas and she's super duper fine to me.
Yeah, man, I like Meg, man. I would love nothing more than to stick a thumb up Meg's booty, man.
That's why you my
For
brother.
real, like nigga,
That's why
that
you
would
my
plush
brother. But I
me.
get it. I mean, I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes down to some shit like that, like bitch, you ain't got no
Mm,
credibility. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like you cried wolf, and you was like these people, they trying to do me wrong and all this other stuff. And then I went and I
Yeah.
looked at the facts and was like, you're right. They put a $500,000 to push this girl over the top. Like, how they did you wrong? Bitch, you weren't worth shit when you came to them. So they make you a star, and now you don't
So
want to
she
break
never paid
bread?
them the bread
Oh,
back
hell.
or give them like whatever. I guess they came up with some kind of contract and she didn't fulfill her contractual obligation. We ain't got to get too deep into this. I just know kind of like what you're talking about. I just didn't dedicate enough energy to it to figure out exactly what was what.
Well, they want basically they want her to
Uh,
fulfill the contract. They they
I
want
was
points
thinking,
off the
I
album.
was thinking about contracts earlier today because I was thinking about this discussion. I think about previous discussion we've had, and I'm so torn when it comes to contracts because on one hand, I'm like Scrooge McDuck when that shit. It's like, look, you're grown. You know what kind of deal you made. Live up to your deal. These are grown decisions that you made. But there's a part of me that look at like how hip hop has been bastardized since its inception, as far as like contracts. It's like I think contracts need to be drawn up better. I think to go into to a contract negotiation with your dick out is bad business. So I'm
Mm.
split. You see how I'm split between the two, where it's like on one hand, I blame the person for not getting a better deal, but on the other hand, I blame the contract and the way contracts are structured for not being better.
Well, here's the thing, right? If you look at it from a
Yeah,
business perspective, right? If you look at it from a business perspective, if I put $200,000 behind you and
yeah.
nothing happens, right? Like we seen it with artists, my
Oh,
son, several different artists who,
well,
the money
Shaheem
was put behind
didn't
them.
niggas put money behind Shaheem? He didn't really blow like niggas wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Oh,
Correct.
man,
Memp
boy,
Bleak, you know what I'm
Cadillac
saying?
tie.
Uh, yeah, Cadillac Ty, IQ from
Oh, you
Disturbing the
disrespectful.
Peace. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, your boy from the little
Murphy
Saint
Lee.
Lunatics, Murphy Lee. Yeah, like if we put this money behind you and your album don't do nothing, like how do we recoup? You know what I'm saying? So you figure 1 out of 100 of the people that they put the money behind actually blows. So I mean, well, let me not say pause. Actually become successful, and the label they have to reap the rewards off one artist to
Okay.
pay for the other 100. So I mean, the contracts are what it is. The second point about the contracts is, well, back in the day, you would just take a chance off people in the streets
Yeah.
because you thought they was good, and it's no guarantee that talent equals success.
Mm. Mm.
Like even Outkast was a flop initially.
That no, no. And I get what you're saying. I don't agree with it, but that's because I love them.
Okay, I'm with you. That's my favorite group of all time.
But yeah, so yeah, I think I'm playing with this one of them dough stoppers. I think
Yeah, I see.
no,
You
no,
about
no,
to
it's
fall
not that.
asleep or something.
I'm flooded with a rush of emotions. I'm want to go make me another drink, so we're gonna take a break in a second. But then you start.
All right, let's just hit the break. So you
Well,
can
yeah,
get
I'm
your
explaining
juice
my train
back.
of thought though, and I also was thinking about Outcasts and how they make me feel, how they carried me through my adolescence, and thinking about the fucked up nature of hip hop and contracts, and I don't know. I wish that I could hope that Megan Thee Stallion was telling the truth, but that nigga Tory Lane's violent. That's about it. He violent and she be lying.
It
Oh,
is.
we gonna make a drink, man.
that.
This is INMF.
I loved you. What happens? I decide, not you. Now, you don't love me anymore. Well, that breaks my heart. But it's still fucking bad because you don't gotta love me. But you will respect me.
This is INMF.
I loved you. What happens, I decide, not you. Now, you don't love me anymore, well, that breaks my heart, but it's still fucking bad, because you don't gotta love me. But you will respect me.
This is INMS.
And we back.
Oh man, I love hearing the great sounds of Peebo drip and the slow faucet leak. Every time I hear it, it just reminds me of what.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they started. I mean, you gotta appreciate their humble beginnings because they started out playing in the back of a Long John Silver's in Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah, damn. yeah, that battle fish fry.
And you know, and
Yeah, great sounds, man. Great sounds. It always put me in remembrance of such a great group.
I think my one of my favorite singles from the niggas was "Just Spit on It."
Oh yeah,
That was lovely. I've heard that played at a couple of weddings. You know, it's a heartfelt ballad. You really understand the intensity that the Dripettes bring.
it was the artistry behind it. Oh, the artistry.
I would go so far as to say Peebo and the fabulous drip tones are the embodiment of the modern day barbershop quartet.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can see that. I can see that. It reminds me straight out of Usual Suspects, man. In Skokogi, Illinois. Yeah, I mean just a damn good group, man. Solid. Like those guys are classically
I hate
trained.
you.
Oh, you caught that? Huh? You caught that?
This is how bad I caught that. When you said it, I looked up like I was looking up at the fucking book. That's why I was like, I hate this nigga.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, that's gonna go over a lot of people's heads. What I just
big,
said. That was,
hairy. Oh.
it was piss so thick it came out like snot.
Get really dehydrated. So yeah, what you got, man?
It moved me. It was going on in current events around the nation. Recently, it said that the governor from the state of Texas, or the senator, could I forget, recently sent a busload of 50 migrants to Washington D.C. on Kamala Harris' doorstep. They actually published a flyer offering like $12,000 cash, free government assistance, and all this shit here. And they got those people on the bus to go up there. Essentially, what they're doing is Kamala and the GOP are considering the state of Texas behind such an egregious act. With you being in the state of Texas, are you guys abusing the migrants in Texas?
Listen, this is one of those things. We laugh. It's not funny because you playing with human people's lives. This is what's going on right now in the United States. You ever see the baby mama and the baby dad argue in front of the kids? I ain't saying husband and wife. I mean like, give me my son. Fuck you, nigga. You can't have your son. That shit. This is what's going on. Except don't nobody want the kid. Both of them like, it's your son, and she's like, I gotta go out. Fuck this shit. I gotta worry about myself. What? Right now, we're in a weird.
That's a pretty incredible baby mama.
Thank you. I try. That's what it. That's it. That's my woman voice for everything. It's everything from fuck you, nigga. I want to go out, be by myself. Everything from that to you want mac and cheese with your motherfucking collard greens, nigga. Like that's to me. With by the time a lovely woman's voice hits my ears, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
You got the Charlie Brown elders.
I wish. Can you imagine how dope that selective hearing would be? Where like a motherfucker was talking to you, wah 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 wah. But
sometimes that happens to me.
You an evil motherfucker, man. That's why your shit be going sideways, man. That's why motherfuckers be slashing tires and shit, busting you when you don't be listening.
See, now you can make me get off on this shit.
That was spitting Drake.
Yeah, it's fuck it. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh Lord have mercy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't give a fuck. I don't care about what you're saying because I ain't
tried.
Say it, so
you
fuck.
tried. You was like, but you know what? It's pimping. I said it. Nigga, the crowd got quiet and shit. What? You didn't know it was pimping? Y'all knew it was pimping. It's pimping.
I try to deny myself and be humble like I'm not a nigga, but the reality of the matter is, that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that I'll ever be picked out of a lineup between Denzel, Morris Chestnut, and Idris Elba, but put in the front seat with the bitches.
Right.
You know, it just happens to him. I don't play that shit. For real, I don't play. It's only something I can listen to some shit I don't want to listen to. If it makes sense.
I definitely did that. So
yeah, so I'm a man. I tread lightly, like a lot of bullshit and trauma. I just don't.
So, the Texas thing. All right, so if I remember correctly, like I said, this is what's going on. People are trying to they're using these immigrants as pawns in their political argument / agenda push. Abbott, I can't remember if it was Abbott or this nigga DeSantis who came up with the idea first of fucking shipping immigrants. I want to say it might have been Abbott, where he was like, you know what, these motherfuckers coming here, or I can't remember this other motherfucking name. We'll say Abbott, but these motherfuckers coming here. We finna send these motherfuckers to your front door. They took them to Washington or some shit like 4 months ago. Took them to Washington, dropped them off in front of the White House and shit. Was like, hey, Viva la Americana, my nigga. It closed the bus door and yapped, right? Right? And it's funny to read in the headlines, but there's that empathetic part of me that's like, what if I was one of those people on that bus that was like, wait a minute, so are we in America or are we not America? Because you took us from, you went from running us like the border's like the front yard. And you went from running us out the front yard to inviting us to your neighbor house. Now, we don't know we're not supposed to be at your neighbor house. We wonder why your neighbor looking at us all fucked up. But we in the house. So it's like, what? Do we stay? Do we go? Or what? and that was back in the Washington shit. Now we go forward where you were saying how like this nigga shipped their ass to fucking I don't know fucking Montgomery. I'd also read where DeSantis, if Abbott was P Diddy in this in this immigration smuggling war, DeSantis is easily, I would say Irv Gotti, but it's more like Irv Gotti / Jermaine Dupri. He's just as powerful, maybe a little bit more southern. I say he probably baby. He probably baby, baby a kid, baby a Master P. Yeah. So fuck, he's baby. If Abbott is P Diddy, DeSantis is fucking baby. They doing the same shit. just two different niggas doing it. It like what the play they running it's hilarious to watch, but there's a part of me that feels like it's laden with bigotry, because if these Mexicans had blue eyes and blonde hair, I don't know if they'd be so quick to push their ass. If these niggas was Sweden, if the Swedes or the Dutch, whatever you call them niggas from the Netherlands, coming over here by the boatloads, it's not like niggas would be trying to drop them off at Mar-a-Lago. It'd be a few of them niggas holding a lot of them Swedish chicks hostage. But outside the anticipated violence, I don't think we act funny with our borders. We act funny as fuck. Like and I'm just saying, all right, so just for Texas, I can't speak on like anywhere else, but in Texas, we'll tell motherfuckers, hey, it's too many of y'all niggas coming over here. We need to build a wall. And then we'll be like, by the way, how much them tamales going for? Because we love Texas. That's how we rock. That's literally how we rock, my nigga. I see that shit. Have you ever had Americanized tamales? They taste like fucking shit. If I go to a Mexican restaurant and I see Becca making the fucking tamales, I turn the fuck around. Why the fuck? I want mi abuela making the motherfucking tamale jack.
Want that tamale with that
She got
mole
a face
on
like
now.
Danny Trejo. You know what I'm talking about? She got that hair up in the bun. She got a flower dress on.
Shit.
Them tamales finna be $5. They finna go for $20 a bundle. I bet you spend $60. You know why you gonna spend $60? Chicken, beef, pork. Easy 60. Boom, boom, boom. Fuck it. Fuck it. But them hoes gonna go. They gonna go, man. Shit. Have some of Becca tamales. They got tofu tamales. Them tamales bland as a motherfucker. Them tamales made with chicken broth. Don't nobody like that shit, man. We don't like that shit, man.
Have you seen Atlanta?
I haven't watched the last 2 seasons.
Oh man, you missing out.
I don't know how I fuck with it. I just haven't watched the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, they had it to where he took a white girl to an African restaurant, right? And had the food, all that other shit there. And he came back a week later. She opened up a food truck right in front of the African joint, selling
that's fucking
basically.
Oh
African
my God, that's
bowls,
brilliant, right?
as opposed to-
Because just something that's subtle. I've never experienced that shit in my life, and I can completely identify with it. Because that's what they do. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And when I be watching the episode, I bet the African restaurant was dying, but her food truck was fucking booming.
I hate. Spoiler alert.
Fucking
Spoiler
booming.
alert. Spoiler alert. Yeah, they closed down the African joint. Right?
Did she end up buying the African joint, move her restaurant on the inside? Oh my
Spoiler
God.
alert. Spoiler alert. They went there, man. They went there.
Brilliant.
Great team.
it said,
Great
it
team.
said
If
we've seen
you
this
get a chance,
before. We've seen this. Like, y'all better set that little white girl trick on fire. Cause she put it around y'all.
Man. But yeah, now back to the
Yeah.
government thing. To be the devil's
Okay.
advocate and look at it from a political standpoint, I think we need to close our borders for 2 or 3 years, maybe open the borders up every 2, where we actually legalize
Do
citizens.
you think it's too many motherfuckers in here, or do you think this is more preemptive? I don't think it's too many I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying, are you taking a stance of, I don't think it's too many people here. It's just I don't want to get to that point. So before we get to that point, I think if we do it this way, it'll give some people an opportunity to be in a land of milk and honey, versus if we continue to just leave these motherfuckers wide open. 5-10 years, ain't nobody gonna be welcoming this motherfucker.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like immigration is a way for the rich to get richer, right? When illegal aliens come over and they're given the benefits of being said, food stamps, housing, cash assistance, and stuff like that. Talking about upwards of schooling, we're talking about upwards of $60,000 per year. But per person, a house of 5 is worth $1,000 based off of a year based off of free benefits in which they receive. So, when you start to weigh that into the equation, the local government has to absorb that, right?
Okay, yeah.
We have in America, we have homeless people in certain parts of the country to where it's at epidemic proportion, crisis-like proportion. You have places that have low immigration, such as Denver, to where they're giving away $12,000 to 1,000 people who identify as LGBTQ. So it's like just wasteful spending if you keep on prolonging your problems as opposed to addressing your problems and creating new habitat for people to come over and sit on those people who we've abandoned. Eventually, those who have been abandoned by the system will turn against the system.
That's when you start seeing motherfuckers that's homeless and shit start throwing doo-doo.
A little bit, I would think a little bit more extreme than that. I think they probably
Maybe I'm being a little childish, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they'll probably start to rob the rich or eat the rich.
Yeah.
That would be.
I think it started with throwing doo-doo, but I completely agree with, they'll start sticking up motherfuckers. Because, like, I went to Austin, our state capital in Texas, a while ago, about 2 or 3 years ago, and I'd heard about the homeless population in the capital, but to hear about it on the news and to see it yourself, like they literally had people shitting on the streets, because we're at that point. We're at the point to where those people feel so degraded and neglected and forgotten about and disregarded that they're like, fuck it, and that's a form of their pushback or disrespect. I'm gonna shit right here. This is downtown.
Yeah, you're in my bathroom.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? This downtown to y'all. This is my bathroom. Yeah, you got the same exact thing here in Atlanta. You go downtown, if you walk down one of the alleys, it smells pissy as a motherfucker. For real, fresh urine. And when it get hot, it smell like piss downtown. Because the homeless people piss in the alley. You got people sleeping dead in the middle of 12 o'clock rush. You got people sleeping right on the sidewalk. You go out there to L.A., they literally turned the sidewalks into tent town. Like, you can go down there on the blocks in Hollywood like it's literally a town.
Niggas gotta walk past tents to take a picture in front of a hot damn Chinese theater.
Yeah. But I mean, the police can't police it. Like, damn. If you lock them all up, you know what I'm saying? Now your prison's overrun.
And you literally locking up people for being poor.
So I mean, when it comes down to immigration, which one do you think you should prioritize?
Mm.
People coming over here to get into a system in which abandons it's less fortunate, you know?
People will be a lot more open to the idea of policing. Oh, my bad, I kicked my damn camera. The idea of policing or protecting our borders if it's explained in a rational way, like how you said, like, hey, let's close this shit for a period of time and then let's bleed motherfuckers in. What we get on the news is they want these motherfuckers wide open. We need to close them, or they want these motherfuckers closed the fuck up. We need to open them. We get those extremes. We don't get a rational, safe medium. Why is that in politics, or not even in politics in general? In this instance, in particular, why do we get those extremes instead of just a rational, logical, middle, safe point?
Well, that's where the old institution of capitalism.
What you mean?
Like when a person receives food stamps, right? That food stamp card says you can only shop at certain places and you can only get certain items.
Mm.
So it's literally you literally are giving free money to the manufacturers and producers of said
Yeah.
items, right? So that is a way in which the economy is stimulated. Imagine back in the day, that's how mom and pop stores were able to stay open so much. Is because you can open up a bodega, as they say here. This is why it's important to notice to where most store owners in the hood are typically non-black people, because you can open a store in the middle of the hood around all of these impoverished people who receive cash assistance, food stamps, and they have to shop with you.
Mm.
So literally, you can literally generate whatever inventory you can put on the shelf. These food stamps, this cash assistance, and them having no place else to go, they have to buy from you. So you're able to literally get rich off of the suffering of others. The manufacturing costs for a lot of those products are slim to none. But the upcharge on it is, at a local store, at a Walmart, to where a box of cereal is $4, at a bodega is $7, $8.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're able to mark it up for the same exact items. You understand what I'm saying? And you can literally, you that's how America was built. You know what I'm saying? Like when the perfect thing to equate it to, when the slaves were free, where the fuck could the slaves go?
Mm. Yeah.
Right?
Like
So
motherfuckers
now
was just sitting there like, well, shit. Where do we go from here? It's like, well, shit,
well, you create a debtor
Yeah.
state, right? Where credit comes into play, right? Once you create that debtor state, and what I mean by
I'm
debtor
gonna circle
state
back
is,
to that.
oh, okay. So, nigga, you got no
Yeah.
place to go. I'm gonna let you sleep in this barn, and I'm gonna give you a bushel of pig guts and some corn. But what I need from you, I'm gonna charge you $2 a day for this. Okay, but clearly you ain't got no job, so I'll pay you 2 cents an hour while I charge you $2.
Right.
$2 a day.
So you making 20 cents a day, get charged $2 a day.
Yes.
Before we advance, I wanna, with all due respect to my ancestors, we want to acknowledge the fact that they got pig guts. The young shitterlings. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, the delicious
Oh my
delicacy in
God.
which they are. Yes, indeed. But that is.
I've never heard that
is
phrase
the
before. That debtor
institution.
state. Yeah.
Well, it's something I
Oh, you making up shit. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna
as
use
you
it.
should. But that's essentially
Right,
what it
right.
is, right? So I mean, how do the rich get richer? All you
It
have
sound
to
like
do is,
pimp
like I say,
game.
the fastest way. That's
Or
exactly what it is.
hip hop contracts.
You know? because you could only get out that when you paid your debt.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and that was pretty much how the establishment got
Mm.
rich. You know, like if you had somebody who always walked around your house and owed you money, you'll never go
Mm-hmm.
broke, right? And then you would have them basically work and do your job, so they doing double duty work. That 2 cents a day you paying them, but you making the $2 you
Yeah.
charging them for rent or to stay there, and then you're also making 40 cents an hour and paying them two
Yeah.
cents an hour. You know, once, but what happened was is that people started getting rich so fast that it was other white people who now had to work for the same
Mm.
deal. And you know what they did right there, right? When that happened, right? They made a minimum wage.
Huh. Huh.
Wild shit, man.
So, shit.
Wild shit.
Well, shit. Wasn't expecting that shit.
It's all good, man. What we can do, man, we can go ahead and end the show. Come back Friday
Well,
with
I
some
mean,
more of it.
shit. Oh, I don't know. I'm like, so I'm just. So, do you think before we end it, because we're talking about these immigrants, do you think we'll ever have like a political candidate or uh, a political candidate? Because right now we see the choices that we have. These extremists, where you have DeSantis shipping motherfuckers here, uh, Wheels, I can't remember cuz name, sending motherfuckers there. Do you ever see a candidate saying, "Hey, let's do it like you said. Let's do it this way." And
It would probably have to be your first Hispanic president. Would probably be the one. 90% of the time, it'll be a person that identifies as white, and then they'll do like a lot of the once they get in, they adopt the ideology of closing the door.
mm, oh shit.
Yeah, when you do
I
that
mean,
shit, I just realized, hey, we
I mean, cause it'll get frustrating because here we are, just two regular motherfuckers, and there's one of the things that drives me crazy is whenever there's a legitimate issue, and there's a legitimate plan that could be used towards this issue, a legitimate fight, a legitimate answer to this question, and at our level, we've been able to come up. You've been able to come up with this. With all due respect to you, it's frustrating that these politicians don't come up with that.
well, the difference is I don't get paid.
I'm going to say it's almost like they don't want to, and
That's
it gets
exactly it.
that thought gets frustrating all again because it's like, oh, so this is a hustle.
That's all America is. It's built on capitalism.
Goes back to what you
Like,
said
dude,
earlier.
if yes, how can you sit if they can tell you how much it costs to pay per immigrant per person that crosses the border? They can legitimately tell you how much it costs to feed, bathe, and house the motherfucker. Who gets the money?
Mm.
Who gets the money?
The house.
Nigga, hello. And I'm not saying, not to be disparaging to your financial
No.
situation, but if it's you, your old lady, and three kids, five of y'all making $350,000 a year.
Mm-mm.
But they do,
Mm.
right? Like, this is why they always say, "Oh, black people in the welfare, black people in the welfare." Well,
So-
who are we spending this welfare with?
Let me ask you a question, goddamn. Of a hustle, who's the different parties of the hustle? You have the hustler, you have the hustlee, Are there anyone else involved?
The
Okay.
Almighty Hand.
Who?
The hustler, the hustlee, and the Almighty Hand get rich off the both of
So
them.
we're clearly the hustlee, right?
When you say we, who
Normal
you mean by
people,
we?
normal folk, normal U.S. citizen, fucking Papua New Guinea motherfucker, regular people, not these motherfuckers, not the politicians, just regular people, or are we not? Like who are these parties? Let's just focus on the United States. In the United States, who are these parties? Who's the hustlee in the United States? Who's the one being hustled?
The That would be the
Okay.
average American.
Who's the hustler?
That would be the people who build businesses around the exploitation of the average
And
American.
who's the almighty hand?
That would be the people who allow those people to hustle.
So you got the regular motherfucker, the business owners, and then the politicians and the regulatory bodies that allow these politicians to.
Who chose these people to be?
Oh Lord, this is starting to sound like a pimp game. Are you saying we chose our pimp?
No, we weren't. We didn't choose the pimp. We were assigned the pimp. Is it hitting you? Like, think about it. Every hood in America, you have the Chinese. It's a Chinese food store, right? And you got the gas station. Who owned the gas station, right?
I'm not gonna say it because it sounds racist, but go ahead.
It's racist as fuck, but it's true. Is it true? That's just like when they be like, niggas love chicken. You true story.
Shut the fuck up.
Who don't
Shut the
like
fuck up. I be like, everybody love chicken. Fuck you.
Yeah. Who don't? So, so you got that. You have the Chinese food store, you have the gas station, and you have your ethnic stores, right? Your Jamaican
The
restaurant,
young Ethiopian market.
Spanish restaurant. Correct. And you have your Asian grocery. Every hood across America is the exact same infrastructure. They teach us to where we make these people rich. None of these people live at where they work, right? Like, you ever live next door to the person who owned the grocery store?
I haven't.
Okay, what about the Chinese
course not.
food spot? Did you go to school with any of their kids? Anything?
No.
About the owner of the gas station. Go to school with their kids?
Not in the city, and so not in the typical city. Like, I grew up in a small I said a small country. I grew up in a small town, so I mean, I went to school with the banker or whatever. But I mean, what you're talking about is normal circumstances when you're in the city.
You went to the school with the people who had a
Yeah,
job.
yeah, you're right.
Those are family jobs, right? My dad was a banker. I'm going to be a banker. You're going to take over for your father. Those are institutions of infrastructure. That is nepotism. Basically, I have a job working at Bank of America. When my child, I'm going to send him to college. He's going to come back and he's going to take my job as president of Bank of America, right? One of the highest paying jobs in the city, right? So it's going to be a familiar or a family job. You won't ever get that job because it's earmarked for him, his kids, they kids, they kids, they kids, and they'll accumulate assets during the whole entire time, right? You will never be president of Bank of America. So, these institutions, when these people come over here, they always say, well, pull yourself up by the bootstrap, Negro. Well, how did you get the loan to come over?
Appreciate it, yeah.
And buy this stuff, right? Where did they get the money? Can you go get the money to open up a food store? Do you know how to go open up a food store?
Besides selling dope, no.
Even if you sold dope, do you know how to go open up
I would know the first thing
fast
to
food
do.
chain? Exactly. But how is it that they do?
Hmm.
Somebody had to tell them.
The, these niggas is having
They,
these niggas is having get your shit together meetings. Getting get your shit together brochures and shit on the way here. Mm.
if you want to come up, go over there to America and open you up some shit around them niggas. They ain't got no place to go, and the government give them a gang of money to
Mm.
spend. And here's the hook: they gotta spend it with you,
Mm.
right? And so and then here go the thing. Here go the other thing. The worst thing about it. What do niggas start doing? They say, what we're surrounded by to live by is substandard. So they go to the white neighborhood, and we spend all our money at the white
When actually,
grocery
I was
store,
just
the
the same
high
shit
end.
over again.
Yeah, you not seeing none of the money. None of that money getting spent on food. What happened when you open your store? So you say, well, hey, I want to change something. I'm gonna open up a grocery store in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go cross town to
Right.
do our shopping. So now then you can't even eat off your own
Mm.
people. You know, uh, soul food restaurant. There's a soul food restaurant on every block in the
Yeah.
hood. You know what I'm saying? So the money spread so thin, how you gonna eat?
Mm.
But you can't get rich. You can come up, and you probably went to school with somebody who parents owned the soul food joint or the
Yeah.
chicken wing spot. Yeah, but none of them motherfucking Chinese food joints, none of them Indian restaurants, none of them gas stations.
That's some cold shit.
The cold game, Jack.
Mm.
That's why they call it the game. You know, the game of life. But until we realize that, we're allowed to make it dangerous where we at, where we don't even want to stay where we from. Like you get you some money, you gonna stay in the hood?
No.
I get
No.
fucked around you
Bye.
niggas, man.
And then
Yeah, y'all.
then we leave that
Yeah,
bitch
I ain't gonna
abandoned,
be
and what
no.
they do? Buy that bitch at the low price. Just try to fuck out that bitch.
And flip the game on you. Okay, that's the other part of it, right? You say you got to get
Yeah.
out the hood, right? So you finally get you some money, right? Them houses around you going for 50,
Mm.
70,000, right? But I can't live around these niggas. So you gonna say I'll go pay $300 to live around these white folks. These white folks sell you they $300,000 house, go buy your shit for
Mm.
70,000. $230 profit and got the fuck from around
Mm-hmm.
your ass. While you and all your neighbors moving to where they at, they moving right back to where you at.
20 years, I'm surrounded by
At
niggas again.
yep. And you just paid 3 times more to live exactly where the fuck you was living at
If
in
you
the
don't
first
shut the
place,
fuck
around the
up,
same exact people you just paid to get the fuck away from, right? But now y'all in a different neighborhood that's now starting to look exactly the same as the shit you just left, right?
mm,
And then the shit that you left, what is it looking like now?
the shit that you went,
Property
the shit
value
that you
don't went
moved
up.
to. Well,
Got them, got them again, got them again, and they got you for they sold you their house, bought your house for 70,000. You paid 310,000 for their shit, so you done pocketed
mm,
$240,000. That's how much they done got, and they still got the same exact house they just sold your ass. So they get to move into the hood free and clear because you just moved out. They get to move in and made $240,000, and now you in debt paying off this $300,000 house, and you still got to get the fuck from
mm,
around them niggas. So 20 years later, guess what? Let's play the game again. I made 230 or 240 off of it. Yeah, what you want to give me now? Um, yeah, the value don't went up. It's 300,000.
Mm.
The property value, this $70,000 house is now worth 300,000. So you can come get it, and I guess I gotta move. I guess I gotta buy your $70,000
Yeah,
house
yeah.
again, right? So they done, and over the course of 20 years, they done made $480,000 off that, and you still in the exact same position, except you moved twice.
Mm. Yeah, that's some cold shit.
Okay.
Well, I got enough to digest now.
Man,
So
we
I'm gonna
got
be, having nightmares about this shit. I appreciate you.
yeah, we got to start going over subjects where you ain't got to digest
It
shit
happens.
overnight,
It,
man.
it 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 fucking happens. I mean, I come in mentally prepared, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm finna have to go take a shower and be like, fuck. How do we generations after generations fall into this same trap? All they do is move the hole from her to her. we motherfucker,
And here we come running. Here
motherfucker
we
fall right
come
to the
running.
same hole.
Get me from around these niggas. And as soon as you think you free, guess who come up behind? Here come them niggas. Oh, man, goddamn, we just moved away from them niggas 5 years ago. What the fuck? They moving
It
here
be
too?
generations. I be old still. I be old seeing niggas moving into to my predominantly white neighborhood. Be like, these niggas done got me. These niggas done got me.
Yeah.
Go back to my old hood. They done put up a motherfucking Planet Fitness and the Starbucks in that bitch. Now my house, my $60,000 house, go for $340,000.
Yep. And you get to see somebody living in your shit like a king
Mm-hmm.
and queen. But it's all designed like that. That's why the system is designed and perpetuated to promote single
Yeah.
parent homes because it's easy to dissolve a single parent home. Meaning once the kids get out, the mama gonna leave. So the house too big for her. She got to
Yeah.
move somewhere downside. It's
Mm.
designed like that, and we bite into it. We look at it. We just fucking or we just living life. We just doing this. We just doing that. It all play a hand into the game, man. It makes it easier to manipulate as opposed to having two people you got to trick. You only got to trick one,
Yeah.
man. No, she gonna move. She okay. You get a good mother. She made some bad decisions. Fuck 3, 4 niggas. Had 3, 4 kids, but now she want a better life for her kid. She go get a job. First thing she do, move up out the hood.
Mm.
Take her daughter grow up to be a hoe. She ain't never seen her daddy do the exact same thing.
Mm.
Generation after generation after generation after of a debtor state making other people rich.
Motherfucking data state.
Okay?
Oh shit, man. That's a lot.
It's really not, man. Like you just got to stay up on shit or familiarize yourself with what the
Yeah.
fuck going on. Look at it for what it is. When you was younger, you probably couldn't think along them lines, but now that you're older and you got vested interest in shit, now it's like, well, wait a goddamn minute. What the fuck going on here? I could have opened up a gas station and
Mm.
been rich,
Yeah.
right? I could have charged people twice as much for a fucking gallon of water. I could have charged $4 for a gallon of water.
Mm-hmm.
I could have took advantage of them niggas. For real. That's what it is, Dad. And that it maintains in the back of the mind. That's why you have black folk all across each other. They see somebody get some shiny shit, they coming to
Yeah.
get it from a person that look just like them. And all along the time, these people just sitting here making money, watching it happen. Damn, that's fucked up. Little Johnny got killed last night. You see what happened at that Roscoe's where they killed PNB Rock? They killed him on Wednesday. That bitch will open back up on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Selling chicken and waffles, telling people you can't sit there. They ain't cleaned the
Nigga.
blood yet. So you got to sit around.
I ain't doing this.
And you at the murder Roscoe. And then you got niggas taking pictures with a gun in their lap saying, I wish a nigga would.
Alright, man. I think I got the image of the Roscoe shit in my head now.
It's fucked up.
Niggas
It's
like,
fucked up.
like they still got the police tape. I'm not laughing at the incident. I'm laughing at the imagery in my head. Baby, don't sit there, baby. Not yet. The cleaning crew ain't coming till Thursday. Man, if y'all don't close this motherfucking restaurant, man.
Nigga, the shit opened the very next day.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but it is what. Shit, I guess we gonna run it back on Friday.
Alright, man, we're gonna kill it, man, and I'll reevaluate my life again.
Get it together.
Alright, man, we're gonna shut this shit down, man.
Alright, homeboy, you take care
too,
of yourself,
sir.
man. Alright, bro.
This is INMF.